Hi again, everybody. Today we're going to be taking characters from Cookie Run Kingdom and turning them into humans, starting with the main trio. I really like this trend, so I wanted to try it myself. So firstly, we're starting with Gingerbrave, because he's the main character of the game and stuff. Honestly, I really like Gingerbrave. He's just a sweet little guy who wants to help other cookies and save everybody and have them join his kingdom. Sorry for all of my stuttering. This part isn't scripted. I figured it'd be kind of boring if it was scripted. Like it's just my random thoughts. But if I do more videos like this, then maybe it should be scripted. I kind of feel like I'm kind of fumbling this, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm drawing Gingerbrave. And Gingerbrave, his design felt like was pretty easy to do. Like, he's an adventurous kid who likes to go around the country helping other cookies and desserts with their problems and stuff. So obviously I had to give him an outfit that represented that, his kid-like nature. So I went with a pair of overalls and just some normal sneakers. I also gave his overalls skull-like buttons to mimic the buttons that he has on his torso, I guess. But I do end up giving him patches, like little skull patches on his overalls. So I don't know how necessary the buttons were, but I thought they were cute. I kept his cane, obviously. It's pretty iconic. And I also turned his irises into skulls to keep that skull-like motif, because it's one of the most recognizable things about his design. I also gave him curly hair. I just felt like curly hair suited him. He feels like he would have really curly hair. And that little swirl on top of his head that's supposed to be his single strand of hair, I guess, that kind of also helped figure out my decision. Now, for the inking, for some reason the inking took me a while. I kept trying to decide which brush I should use before I finally decided on a textured brush. It took me a while to figure out which brush to use, because I was planning on drawing all these illustrations in the same style, so I would need to keep the brushes consistent. And trying to find a nice brush to ink with is pretty difficult, because sometimes it depends on what exactly you need and what exactly you want. I guess I wanted a more rougher feel for Gingerbrave, because he's a rough and tumble kid who just throws himself into adventures without thinking. I felt like a more rougher pen fit the vibe for his character, but I also really do like smooth pens. So if I do any more videos like this, maybe I'll pick cookies that are that have a more smooth feel. Man, that sounds really weird to say. Smooth cookies. I feel like some people get it. Maybe you won't, but that's fine. After some fine inking adjustments, I got into the coloring, and I just color picked from Gingerbrave directly. I did take some liberty with some of the colors, because, well, he's a cookie and stuff, so he's not gonna have all this normal human colors that we would have. But I feel like I did pretty good with the colors. I just chose a lot of brown tones, and I chose a red to shade, because I just felt like red was a good it matched with the brown pretty well, I think. And it just I feel like it looked really nice. I also made his eyebrows white, because most of the cookies' eyebrows are white, and I just felt like that fit. It fit in some way. So as for the background, I imported a picture of the common cookie lobby, because I figured, well, it would be better than just a flat color. And after some extra highlights and shadings and some adjustments of the actual character, because I noticed some mistakes, and I wanted to add a little bit more details to his design. And after that, he was basically done. So here's my human design of Gingerbrave. I hope you guys like him. I know I certainly like him. I think he looks pretty cute. Next up was Strawberry Cookie. Honestly, Strawberry Cookie's outfit and pose was very easy for me. It wasn't like Gingerbrave, where he basically had nothing on and I had to wing it. She very clearly has a normal outfit that I can just straight up copy and paste into the drawing. It's just a normal sweater dress. Well, I decided to make it a sweater dress. It's just a normal sweater dress with a backpack. Nothing too fancy. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about Strawberry Cookie yet. I think her personality is really cute, and I like her really big lollipop that she swings around. We love a character who just has a super giant weapon that's way bigger than them. But as for her character personality, within the story, I don't really have strong feelings about her. I don't hate her, but I also don't I wouldn't say I'm an active fan of her. She's very cute. It's just there's not really much going on. I know that she's supposed to be a self-insert for the audience, the audience who's mostly like very cautious about what they do and are always careful, to contrast with Ginger Brave's lack of carefulness. But I guess it just doesn't translate well into like an actual character. I know that the main trio technically can't be actual characters in some way because they have to act as self-inserts for the audience. But I think it'd be nice if they had some, like, a small bit of development beyond learning friendship or something like that. After the colors are pretty easy, honestly. I just did my normal process of color picking and then taking liberties where I wanted to. The green of her backpack was a good way to add contrast throughout the design, because I was able to give her a green scarf, and I considered giving her green socks at one point, but I actually ended up just giving her stockings. I thought that looked cuter. I also considered giving her actual strawberries for eyes, but that actually kind of looked weird when I actually tried it out, so I scrapped that idea. And you might see Ginger Brave's picture file pop in. That's because I took some of the colors from Ginger Brave's picture and used it on Strawberry Cookie's picture. Not just for consistency, but also because I was feeling kind of lazy for some reason, and I didn't want to color pick the line art colors again by myself. So yeah, I just took the colors from Ginger Brave's picture. And after applying the same effects as last time that I applied to Ginger Brave's picture, Strawberry Cookie was basically done. So here's my version of a human Strawberry Cookie. I think she looks really cute, honestly, and I hope you guys think she's cute too. Last but not least was Wizard Cookie, and he was my favorite to get to because he has a magical staff, and everybody knows that magic staffs make things like 10 times better. So my idea for the lighting of this was to use that magic staff of his to make the colors a bit more interesting. And as for his outfit and overall vibe, I wanted him to seem like he was trying to come off as like a very powerful wizard, because he's pretending to be a super powerful, wise wizard with his scarf as like a makeshift beard of some kind. I'm surprised that so many people think that he's like really, really old for some reason. Like, I never got that impression from him as a character. I always thought that like he was just using his scarf to make himself look older, because you know, he's a little kid. He's probably the shortest of the kids, but if what the fandom suggests is anything to go by, and he wants to be taken seriously because he's really into magic and stuff. And I love the fact that he's into magic, because magic is cool. Like, obviously it's cool, but like, he is really into magic, and he wants to learn like as much about magic as possible, and I just think that's really neat. And since he uses his scarf to make himself look older, I thought I should spread that out to the rest of his outfit and just make his clothes a lot bigger than he is. So like, his cloak is a lot more baggy, and his shoes, which are those classic pointy wizard shoes, they're also a lot more baggy than what you would expect a normal kid to wear. But Wizard Cookie isn't a normal kid, obviously. He's got a magic staff made of candy, and he shoots lightning out of it. Speaking of that candy staff, I decided instead of using the ruler tool to draw it like I did with Ginger Brave's cane and Strawberry Cookie's lollipop, I'd freehand it and just draw it myself, because his staff is not made out of like a sleek wood or anything. It's very clearly like a gnarled kind of wood that's like seen the test of time and stuff. I actually don't know where Wizard Cookie got his magic staff. I think he got it from the witch by stealing it from the witch before he escaped. That's pretty cool, honestly. I really like Wizard Cookie, mainly because of the magic thing. I sound like I'm 5 years old with that logic, but magic is cool, okay? I don't know what you want me to say. But the main thing that kind of annoyed me about this drawing was like the posing of the actual hands, and trying to ink the robe around it was pretty tricky. Like, you probably already see it in the footage, but like, so one part of his hand was like really difficult for me to ink. I kept on undoing and redoing my lines and stuff. Also, I'm wondering what you guys think of all of my stuttering and like normal human talk, I guess, being left into the footage. I considered editing all of this out because like it sounds really awkward and weird, but if I edited it out every single time that I just I stuttered or I misspoke, then there wouldn't be any voiceover for me at all. I also feel like it kind of makes me more like authentic. I don't know how valuable authenticity on YouTube is these days, but I figured like just leaving in my small mistakes would like show you that I'm still human and all that. Like I'm not like a professional at this, obviously. As I make more videos, or as I try to make more videos, obviously I'll get better at this voiceover thing, because as authentic as I'm sounding right now, I'm sure that my stuttering is getting pretty annoying for some of you guys already, and I do not want to make myself sound unprofessional, quote unquote. So back to Wizard Cookie. I just added some lightning around the staff, made it all glowy and stuff, and there we are, we're done. There is my version of a human Wizard Cookie. Honestly, I think he's pretty neat. I like how he turned out. Thank you guys for watching the entire video. It really means a lot. And hey, maybe if enough people want this, I'll make this a series or something. I'll see you guys next time.